Hello, football fans, Malu fans. Hi there. We are here to talk about Arsenal versus Leicester game today. Today, the podcast will be in English because we are we have been we have two special guests from Arsenal Bangalore and from Vada London, the famous Tamil podcast. We'll invite them to the video. So, hi, Arun.
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we are famous, but thank you for that.
Yeah, but still, at least you're famous in South India for sure now. We have got
Thank you.
comments from our Malayali friends itself saying that Vada London do podcasts with Vada London once in a while,
Wonderful. Thank
every
you.
time. Yeah, so yeah.
Thanks for all the
So
support.
yeah, and we have Vishal, who, by the way, he's running a podcast for pro gamers. His podcast name is Gamer. He's a proper gamer. He follows do check out for whoever is into gaming and would like for joining with him for any podcast related things. Do contact him. I'll put his video link in description. Anything more you want to add, Vishal, about your pro gamer channel?
Thank you, Deepak, for the introduction. Yes, so now I'm basically looking out for people who can join me in the online quests where I can create content related videos with respect to specific games. So, yeah, people can reach out to me if anybody is interested, and I do have a couple of channels. I will request you to follow. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Yeah, he's a gamer, but first and foremost, he's an Arsenal fan. So yeah, welcome
Definitely,
to
Arsenal
Arsenal.
forever.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, my first point. What do you think about Merino as a striker? Anyone can pitch in. Aaron, let's start with you.
You know what? Before the game began, that's what I thought. Like the worst case scenario would be for us to play Merino as a striker. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little distracted by the Newcastle game.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, what I thought was the possibility of playing Merino as a striker is very much there.
yeah,
More importantly, it was my own belief that I don't want to see Sterling play for Arsenal. So combined with that, I thought this could possibly work. It did work in this game, but honestly, in the long run, again, we were playing against a team that probably has the worst defense in the league.
yeah,
So that helped with the fact that Merino, despite of what he has or doesn't have, was able to do a job for us at number 9 for this game. But I do not see this working in the long term. Like we have to figure something out by which we involve Merino in the game, but
yeah,
I do not know if playing him at number 9 is the way to do it. I don't think it's going to work.
yeah. Vishal,
But I
I'll.
see that right now, I see him as a bigger goal threat than both Prasad and Sterling. So
Yeah, so
that's it.
that's where bigger threat. When it comes to the bigger threat of goals, here we saw two impact goals that the reason why I'm telling is the fastest goals is what Merino did today. So one was a header and one was a first touch that was directly into the goal. That is the difference which we have not been doing. Vishal, I would say in this game, 69 minutes of disaster class and 22 minutes of a master class from Merino. And you know who was the disaster class in the 69 minutes. So, what is your take on Sterling in the game and Merino's impact in the game?
See, from my point of view, what I have noticed is Sterling, although he was trying to dribble, but he was not getting past any of their wingers. So, their defensive wingers. That is something that is causing us the attack from the left side or the right side, wherever he is playing. Yes, Morino was definitely the impactful player for us, getting us 2 goals. But I think in the absence of our regular strikers, we need to not only have Morino playing more, but I don't see him as a regular striker. I see him coming as a sub and creating impactful things. Because if you have noticed in the past, he has a good record trying to attack on the goal. Definitely not Sterling. I'm sorry, Sterling. But yeah, that's the we have seen from this game or even the previous games.
Yeah. So
Waneri
rather,
is
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Waneri is good. He is stepping up the on our situation right now, and he has been very creative. He is providing more than Sterling, but there needs to be a solution for us. Maybe some free agent, some good free agents, or
It's like it's not gonna happen, bro. That's the main problem here. So first thing that I hate the most is seeing the Liverpool condition right now. Even though they are very good yeah, with their squad and like scoring, they are giving us hope somewhere down the line, dropping points here and there with Everton. So
Have you
somewhere
seen
down the line.
that meme? As an Arsenal fan, it's the hope that kills you. There you go.
so So the problem here is the question comes here regarding the transfer window. Like more or less, we wanted a striker or we wanted someone to be there on the attack. So it's like putting more pain into our hearts with Havertz injury, even though Havertz was not performing. One less player we have to suffer about Sterling. That's the main issue that I've been feeling here. Arun, what are your thoughts? Like, was the transfer window, like the decisions that the board took, was it good or was it worth it not signing anyone?
First things first, Havertz not been underperforming. He's like we'll feel his absence in the coming games. Like we'll
Yeah,
see what he gave us and what we'll be missing. He's had just like a rough patch in between, but that's bound to happen when you're playing as many games as he does. You know, like and the work that he does. So like yeah, that was the first point. But coming back to the transfers, yeah, for me, the whole point of it was to have a body in there, like it's you want your quality to be better than quantity. Of course, that's the main objective when you're going for transfers, but we failed in that in the summer. Right now, in January, we were in a state where we had like two of our attackers out, and again, out of the attackers that were remaining, the quality was not top. So at least for having that one body who could rotate with Havertz, sort of like the be a person who's available and play when required, was the need. For me, that's where we fail, because I look at the free agents that are available and there is no name that's inspiring. Honestly,
yeah,
I see the names that are available, and I saw Henri playing for like a charity match yesterday. My
yeah, yeah,
mind
yeah.
went like, is there a way to get him, like, rather than the, because you look at the free agents, the strikers that are available are like Carlos Vela. We know what Carlos Vela does, and where he has played in the last few years. He was in the MLS. Similarly, we had Lucas Perez, who did nothing when he played for us in the past. We have Diego Costa. So these are the kind of guys that you have in the free agent pool. So us getting anyone from the free agent pool at any point in time is not going to help us in any way. That one body is not going to be the body that we want. For me, I don't rate Alvaro Morata as a great striker, but if he was available on loan for 6 months, that could have been a body that we could have taken. So I'm only looking at it in terms of quantity at this point, not quality, because we need at least a body there, and that's what I was looking at. So could they have done something? Yes. Should they have done something? Definitely yes, because Saka got injured in December. Jesus got injured in December, I think early January, when we played United. Thank God I missed the game. I was traveling back to Canada from India when that game was happening, so I'm happy I missed it. And then again we saw what happened to Havertz during the Wolves game, where both Garlic and Lewis were present. He collapsed on the ground before the game finished. He was not. And when you see all of this, and the decision makers see all of this, the expectation, minimum expectation of the fans is for them to recognize what's going on and do something about it, not just like sit there and not do anything about it at all. So that is a failure from the I at this point I don't know whom to point a finger at, but I know it's not Arteta. That's where
Yeah,
I am right now.
yeah,
But even Arteta, just for the sake of having a body, he could have bought Morata. That's what I see. Like that it's a loan deal. How much are we going to spend? 4 million, 5 million tops for getting him on loan. But
yeah,
that could probably be the difference between us finishing in top four or outside. Like when you hard goals are hard to come by, each game, irrespective of the opposition, like we saw it today, becomes a really, really difficult thing to sort of score goals, and more than one goal, because it's the PL. Any team can come and equalize at any point in time. So for me, not getting that body, a single body, like forget about full transfers, not getting a loan transfer is utter negligence. And I don't not like, and the disconnect between the people who give the money and the people who make the decisions and the ones who are executing things on the pitch seems to be like really, really bad right now.
Yeah,
And moving forward, it doesn't like really inspire confidence. That's where, like, when I see news of us getting a striker in the summer, us getting a winger in the summer like Zubimendi, my mind is like, I believe it when I see it.
yeah,
I am not, because of what's happened in the summer and what happened in January, I'm not able to get excited about any of this.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. So
that's what it is.
one thing that I feel about transfers is, see the two loan signings that we had. We shall. This is two loan signings, Neto and Sterling. One has been underperforming from the start of the season. One has not been playing at all. He played one game and that was horrible. He conceded a goal which was like he was trying to save that outside the box. I was like, what was he thinking? I was not sure. He just played one game, so wasting that two loan deals which didn't allow us to buy someone in January, was that not a problem? Do you think we could have like at least not included Neto, or maybe that panic buy of Sterling not added to our squad at that moment?
See now, if we I would like to take a little bit of the past history, how Arsenal have always been. So even though they have the money, it is not their mentality to splash the cash all the time and try to get, like players, how Man City, Chelsea, um, uh, the other clubs, Man U, how they splash the cash. We are not a club who does that. Definitely we have been spending quite a lot recently, but that is just to get the right place and not to get anybody with whatever amount is being asked by. So if you see this kind of past history, um, yes, our main squad has always been the 11 who has been playing all the time. So the focus of the club, I believe, has been to get the right players, uh, and that's what I felt during this winter transfer window, that we are not got any kind of player who has been in the proper mentality. Yes, there are good players, there are great players available on the market, but that do you, because I don't feel that Arsenal is a team who, or Arteta wants to create a team who is dependent on one person, because that's the history we had previously when we moved from the hybrid to Emirates. So we have been depending on a couple of players, star players, and the rest of them were on better than average players. So that is not what we are. I believe that is Arteta trying to create, or even the board will be going towards, because now they do have the cash to splash, but it's not the correct way, because I believe somewhere that the club is trying to maintain a football culture without money. So the two signings which you mentioned has been kind of a backup signers for us in case of the reason being, for Sterling, is he has the history and he knows how three different clubs, three different big clubs which he has worked with, how they behave, the what the winning mentality is. So I think that is what maybe the idea would have been to get Sterling. I'm not very much sure about Neto. I think
Yeah. So Neto's part, I am not pretty sure why. Like we could have gone for Setford in this if that was the case. At least he was cup tied to start with when we signed him already. So What was the reason for him to be playing playing for us? Just playing one game FA Cup, which we lost against United. Not United. One game he played, which was that game? Even forgot. UCL game or something, right?
He
Somewhere
did,
down
yeah.
the yeah. UCL
It,
game he
it was
played.
the last UCL game against Girona where he came
Yeah,
out of the box and tried
yeah. He
to
was dive and
save the
save it.
ball. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank God he did it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's about transfers. Let's not talk about transfers. It's all done anyways. So now coming back to the Leicester game. Even though we are to believe that we are not there in the title race yet, hypothetically we still have chance. Not realistically, I'm saying, not realistically at all. But we are still just 4 points behind. In that one game
Definitely,
is
seeing
Arsenal
our
winning.
current condition of the players and the because if you would have noticed, even with Leicester, who has just come back and had a very bad first half of the season, we were lacking and didn't feel the confidence in attacking. So we were
Yeah,
just passing the ball around, and the moment they had the ball, we were all panicking.
yeah,
Who will go and defend? So having their regular strikers or the regular players, because everybody is aware of what the rhythm is among those group of players, and to have someone who is coming as a new uprising players or loan players is kind of a difficult situation for us going forward. Yes, you even I agree with you that the title challenge is not there. Yes, we are in the race. We are trying to go game by game. We are trying to see how it goes in the Champions League, how far we will go. We were from one of the favorites to winning, and now the squad is squandering.
yeah.
So
Yeah, one thing, Arun, what I wanted is from the last 2 years of experiences, front runners is not for Arsenal. We always had a discussion saying we should be the chasers, and at the end we should jump in, and so that's what is happening. But we don't have the squad right now. We don't have the players right now. That's the problem. Liverpool is somewhere down the line giving us hope here and there just to make us wonder. Okay, can we
Don't,
do it? Can we do just
don't,
to
don't, no, no, no. Don't go that path. It's pretty dark.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
go
yeah.
that.
What? No, the two contradictory sides. Like, so they drop points. Usually, we don't take points like from those games. Like, we don't capitalize. But today we did. But coming to the next weeks, they will gain points and we'll surely drop points when we had to maintain it. So that's what is gonna happen. But considering the games recently, what do you think about Odegaard's performance? Is he doing bad, or is he out of form, or is he not having that much support from the team? Or
The thing, right? I cannot talk about support from the team for someone like Odegaard. Right? He's supposed to be a captain. When the chips are down, the players are going to look up to him to be the difference maker. So he should be the one initiating things. Like he should not be the one expecting the support from. He should be the one who should like take the game by like by the leash, and like he should be the one sort of like making the difference. Um, since his injury, he's been out of form, but out of form cannot extend for this long. Like
yeah,
so, there's something like fundamentally wrong in the way in which he's approaching this season. Like we all know that Odegaard is not a final third, number 10 sort of a player. He's more like a built-up player, more like a Bernardo Silva type of player who keeps the game ticking, who sets the tempo and makes sure that everything is happening the way it should. But when the chips are down, you need your leader to go above and beyond, do more than what you normally do or what your profile is, be the one person that you can like expect to sort of make a change with whatever is happening on the pitch. Unfortunately, he's not been able to do that, and that's very evident with every single game. Like in this game, the first half that he played was absolutely disgraceful. I was like shocked at how bad it was, because like again, you have Sterling. We know what Sterling does, and that's what he is. Like he's 31 and he's 31, and he's dropped off like really bad. Again, when you do not have your attackers, I turn around, I want Arteta to do something. Sorry, Odegaard to do something, because the way in which we projected is that he's Arteta's brain on the pitch.
Yeah,
He's the one carrying out all the instructions. But what were the instructions indeed? Like, why were we not able to break a Leicester team that's like 19th on the pitch? It wasn't like not even we were trying and like we were trying to shoot and not get like shots on target. No, we weren't trying to shoot. At one point, they had more shots on target than us.
yeah, yeah,
Like, so when all of this comes down, before I go to the manager, I'll look at the most important, most influential player on the pitch, which is like Odegaard. So for me, there's something really wrong with either the way we use him or the way he's playing. I don't know if that's still the effect of the injury that he incurred, like that has been carrying on for such a long time, or he's basically changing, or like there's something physically wrong with him, or the way in which we play. But he has to definitely step his game up. And like I said, like a loss of form cannot extend for so long for a player like that, for a captain of a team.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would like
Odegaard.
to.
Yeah, go on.
So
I just want to add one point on that Odegaard's performance. So, Odegaard, like we know, I want you to talk about involvement of Rice in the game as well as Odegaard's performance today. Like Rice has been playing exceptionally well from the time this year started for sure for the team now. So he has been working out very hard. So what is the role that you want from Odegaard and Rice moving forward?
see, first thing, I would like to extend what Arun was saying about Odegaard. One thing what I have been noticing is that ever since he has come back from injury, there has been a little bit shaking in the mentality what he's having. So there is somewhere he feels like he don't want to go back to being injured and trying to play a different way. So in the absence of Odegaard, there was a different type of approach. We have seen how our team has played. If you try to remember how we have played when Xhaka played his last season, when we tried, when we were close to, winning the title a couple of years back. So the creativity of Odegaard was coming in the final third near the box where they were all trying to, play 1-2 and trying to make one additional extra pass and then trying to score the goal. So that was something where Odegaard had rise during that season, and that is what the expectations of Odegaard has been raised from our Arsenal fans. So after that, the next season, when you see there has been kind of a different kind of pressure that yes, now we are very close to winning the title. Now we need to win the title. So in that perspective, there has been a lot of different kinds of strategies that has been that our team has tried, which somewhere it has worked out. But again, if you see the high scoring games where we had 5 goals, 6 goals, it was all where we had done the tika taka kind of play in the final third. So or some exceptional goals have come from some players like Saka, or somewhere Martinelli also has contributed. So that kind of uh, strategies is somewhere pulling Odegaard back. Yes, that is bringing Rice up front, because when Rice came in the first season, he was playing as a defensive midfielder. He was doing Party's job,
Yeah,
and I, the expectation for most of the Arsenal fan was that he would be the a person who will be helping the defense. But post that, we see he is going up front because yeah, we have paid like 105 million for him. So we expect a lot of different kinds of work from him, definitely. But you see, Rice is not that kind of player who will go inside the box and try to do. He has been built up in a defensive mentality, and
yeah,
you put a defensive player on the attack and try to expect much from him. Uh, he is not the tiki taka player. He is not the creative player. He is not the person who is going to shoot. So the only thing that I am seeing Rice doing up front is mostly trying to get the players around him to make space for others. But if we get images of most of the places where we wanted to create a goal but that has not happened because we have not got that pass, the final pass which we could convert into goal. That is something that is not happening because of Rice, is my perspective.
Yeah. So when it comes to game weeks right now, we'll see Liverpool playing Wolves on Sunday. Wednesday they'll be going. They'll be playing Aston Villa. That will be like one game in hand for us. And they'll be playing City Liverpool. There's a City Liverpool game next weekend. So they are having a tough fixture, which I'm sure out of the three games they are gonna get at least uh, say 7 points or something for sure. I'm only worried about the Aston Villa Liverpool game. City they are gonna beat like Liverpool. They are gonna beat City.
Oh,
They are gonna
City,
be
do you know City are 2-0 up against Newcastle right now?
today. So for
Yeah.
sure, then they are gonna lose. City are gonna lose against Liverpool for sure. If they're performing this way today, I'm sure because today they'll be doing something and. Unless and until on Wednesday when Liverpool City are playing Real Madrid and if they are losing that game and they are out of Champions League, that is a different story, I would say. Or else, if they have qualified for the Champions League, I'm sure City are going to drop points next weekend. So Liverpool have the upper hand. Yeah. Anyways, leaving Liverpool aside, they are still the top runner. So, do you expect anything or any difference in Arsenal's approach? Because for sure now we don't have any gap other than in our defense to have any injuries somewhere down the line in the midfield or in the striker right now. Rice is playing his heart out every 90 minutes, same like Havertz has been doing. I'm fearing an injury there might come up, so that is one case. Even now, if Merino is playing on the striker's role, there is one less person in the midfield. I don't.
So you are asking about how we are supposed to approach
Yeah,
the upcoming games. Okay. So I might sound like too negative at this point, but even when the injuries happened in December for like Saka and Jesus, the first thing that I thought was we are closer to a top four battle than a title challenge because uh, we whatever it is we were probably not as affected by injuries over the last two seasons. Of course we had our fair share of injuries, but it was not like this, which meant that the possibility of more injuries happening because of overloading the existing players that we had in the absence of like the ones that got injured was always a reality. So that was what got me thinking that there is a higher possibility of more injuries recurring, like the Havertz one. Like the Havertz one, even if it hadn't happened in Dubai, it was always around the corner.
yeah,
Like, it could have happened this game, or it could have happened probably when we played West Ham or another team. So that was always in the cut. So I won't accept the fact that, oh, Havertz got injured only at that point. We saw what happened against Wolves. We saw how he was playing through the season. We knew he's played like close to 30, 32, 90s. That's the amount of time that he's played since the Euros. And that's not normal when you're playing week in, week out, without
yeah,
like any other players coming in. So given that, I would still stick by that because the list of fixtures that we are having, though we have not been beaten in 15 Premier League games on the trot so far this season, in the second half of the season, and all that, the fact that I cannot really point a finger and say who's going to score the goals
yeah,
in the upcoming games. Like we are having Saka and Martinelli come up, but whatever it is, they are going to be back only by the end of March. We can try and like sort of make ourselves feel good by thinking that they are going to be back in March and they're going to do this and that. But the board at this point, even Arteta at this point, is not going to rush either of them in earlier than when they're supposed to start, just because we have a possibility at a title. That's like you're
yeah,
just like going to be like shooting yourself in the foot from now until the beginning of next season and beyond. Because even Havertz, what we saw was that his recovery is going to be until summer. which
Yeah.
means that his preseason is going to get like shortened and all that. And at that point, you do not want to have more players injured and like, getting treatment or worse, having to undergo another surgery.
Yeah.
So, given this, the approach from now on should be to not drop points and try to get as many points as possible without any injuries. Is that easy? It's very easy to say this sitting in front of a computer, like in a country that's like 3,000 miles away from where the action is. But the thing is, my mind is only thinking about 20 to 25 out of 42 at this point.
Yeah.
My objective is first for us to get to between 70 and 75, secure the top four spot, make sure that we play in the Champions League next season. Like I said, I might sound negative, but I do not see where the goals are going to come from.
Yeah.
And our corners are not proving to be as effective as they were before,
Yeah.
where be it because of the person taking the corner or the people in the box, or the fact that teams might have figured us out a bit, which is making it difficult for this. And like I said earlier, Merino is not someone who's going to bail us out every single game,
Yeah.
right? So based on this, my thinking right now is okay. We got 3 out of 42. We need a minimum of 17 to 20 points from here on out of the remaining 39.
Yeah.
Can we get it? Possibly yes, but we are also going to need a lot of help from the teams around there who are like third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, who are battling for it to sort of, like you said, if City is winning this game, that means Newcastle are going to be having it more difficult for them. So
Yeah.
that takes sort of Newcastle, pushes Newcastle behind. And like you
Yeah.
said, if Liverpool are going to win, because I don't see Liverpool dropping points from here on, and even if they do, I don't see we think we are in a good situation to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
bigger worry for me. So if Liverpool win against City, if Liverpool lose, that would be good in the sense that maybe it could give us a little bit of hope. Maybe we might think about title again, like or like again push us down that dark path where you go in and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe we'll win, and then but then if they do win, it sort of makes things easier for them and for us in a way, because again, like City is not going to be able to capitalize on the new run of form that they get. So for me, right now, top four is the first thing. Anything that
Yeah.
happens beyond that, I'm not going to say no. I don't want this. Of
Yeah.
course, I want it. If we get a league, I'm not going to be like, no, I don't want it. We're not deserving. No. But the thing is, it's only going to get tougher from here, and that's where like I feel that mentally this team is good, but just the lead that Liverpool have over us right now, for me, rules the league out. So
Yeah.
finish in the top four, finish as well as you can. I am not going to complain about like things beyond this point. We have like we have to move forward, and then we have the summer where we have a lot of work to do. We are out of 2 cups. We are out of 2 cups. We cannot do about that anything about that anymore.
Yeah.
We can complain all about like ignoring the cups. We did not ignore the cups. We tried to play well. It just didn't work out for us this season.
Yeah.
So do as much as you can in the league, finish in the top four. Do as much as you can in the Champions League. Next round could be easy depending
Yeah.
on who comes in, but again, like I find Champions League is a place where you can shit out your way to a 1-0 win easier than at in the league, because like there's
Yeah.
a lot more in everyone. So that's where I am right now. So the approach is go out, play as much as you can. If you're not able to win, don't lose.
Yeah, one last question to both of you. Simple question. So, let's say we keep the same difference, like 4 points difference between Liverpool till the time Saka and Martinelli are back. Like, let's say end of March, we have the same difference, 4 points, or let's say 4 points or 1 point of difference, whatever it is. Would you still like be the same point, or would you start believing in Arsenal winning the league or winning the Champions League or anything? Vishal, you can start on that.
So for me, I'm still believing that we can definitely go for the title race till the end. I'm the reason why I'm being a little bit from the positive side, because I see that our defensive players are coming back from injury. We have a very strong defense. We have nobody going out as of now. Hopefully, touch wood, nobody goes out injury.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm seeing is how we are going to score goals. We don't have issue in midfield. We don't have issue in the defense. We don't have issue in the goalkeeper side. The only thing is we are out of strikers. So how we and us as Arsenal over the couple of years, we have definitely shown that we don't actually rely upon strikers to score goals and win the matches with 1 goal, 2 goal ratio. Yes, because we are the corner kings, definitely. But we to get the corners in this game versus Leicester, you would have noticed we found it difficult in the first half to get any kind of shots. So that is what something we need to come up with, where if we have to win our matches with corners, then definitely, for me, the most uh, prophylike game where we have been very strong on the corner was against Man City at the Etihad. So that kind of concentration on the game towards corners and trying to get corners could get us some goals, but that is not the permanent solution. However, there should be always plan B, like Mourinho what we had in this game. We definitely need to see out our options, try to come up with something clever without the strikers. We need definitely Odegaard to step up. We need Rice to step up, and we need Vaneri to show his magic.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Final words on what I asked earlier. Same question to you.
Can you
Like,
repeat the question?
yeah. Let's say we have the same 4 points difference between Arsenal and Liverpool till end of March. By the time Saka and Martinelli are back, will you
Yeah.
start believing in Arsenal winning one of like a Premier League, or like having hopes in Champions League, or you will stick on to top four?
Champions League, I do not have much hope because again, it's going to get tougher. That's why I said like push as far as you can. We do not have that Champions League pedigree, as they say, like to sort of know what to do in situations where the opposition is like a team like Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, and you're going and playing at their stadium, where the atmosphere is totally different. So for me, Champions League is push as much as you can, and that's about it for that part. When it comes to the Premier League, though, if it's 4 points, unless we have a lead, I will not have any belief. Primarily because we have going to go and we still have to play at Anfield,
Yeah,
and we haven't won there in like God knows how long. So even if it is the gap is just 4 points, you go to Anfield, the probability of us getting a win is pretty low. So
yeah,
that's not going to boost my confidence in any way. So, like
yeah,
I said, we need to take the lead. Unless we take the lead, that's not going to be like there's not going to be any sort of title hopes for me. Like for me, like again, the title was done when we failed to capitalize when Liverpool dropped points.
yeah, yeah.
That's
So
where it changed. Yeah.
yeah, for me also the same, but the footballing fan or the footballing person in me thinks that Arsenal doesn't have a chance
Yeah.
till that. But Arsenal fan in me or the Arsenal lover in me still thinks like somewhere down the line we still have a chance, because as an Arsenal fan, without hoping for something, it's like, yeah, you can support the team, but you should still have hope until you have mathematically uh, possible things. So yeah, let's hope something changes for Arsenal and we start scoring more goals. At least like not like, even if it's not like the 6-5 goals that we have been scoring after the Dubai trip last year, at least 2 goals every match. That's fine.
One nil to the Arsenal.
Yeah,
Shithauser win. 1-0 to the Arsenal is
uh,
all I want from here
yeah,
on. I
yeah,
don't care if my eyes hurt, if I have to like like use Kleenex on my eyes, or like if no, I don't care. Windex, Kleenex, whatever it is, I'll use it. But just Shithauser 1-0 win. That's all I'm
yeah,
asking.
yeah. 75
Basically,
minutes
he
of
is ready to see Sterling, by pulling his hair for like 80 minutes, and then Marino come and score the
yeah.
winning goal.
Yeah,
I
That's
am
what
happy
Arun
with
is
that as
expecting.
well. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
even if that 90 minutes is like the entire life, even if you score one goal at the last second and you win it, that's more than enough for me right now. It's not about how we play, the beauty is not required. Just win it, that's done. That is enough for me right now. So hopeful, fingers crossed. Let's hope something happens.
Everything, fingers, toes, everything
Yeah,
crossed.
yeah. Liverpool start dropping points. As an Arsenal fan, we can only pray for that. Yeah, that's done. And by the way, Marmoush has scored a hat trick, I guess.
Yeah,
So
Marmoush has scored a hat trick and Bournemouth are 2-0 up against Southampton. So they are fifth on the table right now.
yeah, very nice, very nice. So that is pointing towards City losing against Liverpool more. So that yeah, we'll end the podcast on such a note. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining, and let's have a discussion in the future as well. Thank you
Sure.
for joining.
Take care.
Sure.
Thanks a lot for
Yeah,
having me.
yeah, no problem. See you, Vishal.
Bye.
Yeah. That was about it. So thank you for joining, guys. Have a nice weekend. Let's hope Wolves do some magic against Liverpool and they drop points again. Thank you, guys.